Warning: watch this video or you will regret it. Everyone wants to live long. Longevity is a blessing. But living long but lonely, tormented by illness, with no one to talk to, no one to care about, is it still a blessing? This seemingly simple question makes many elderly people worry every day. Some people lie in bed for decades, each day looking only for a pill and an indifferent look. Some people live to be 90 years old, but the last 80 years are just a series of quiet, sad days. Living long, is it luck or punishment? Please listen to the story behind the life expectancy numbers. When living no longer means being alive, many people think that as long as you are breathing, you are alive. But for the elderly, living without anyone to talk to, without anyone to ask about you, without being able to do what you like, is just existence. Mr. Sal, a former worker living in the suburbs, once said, "I live to be 85, but if you subtract the years I spent lying in one place, not talking to anyone, I probably only lived for 50 years. His words sounded funny, but really painful. Many elderly people today are isolated in their own homes. Children are busy, relatives are far away, friends pass away one by one. They become silent shadows, silently sitting next to the dinner table, next to the old wooden chair. No one notices. No one needs them. They used to be the pillars, the ones who supported the whole family through many storms. But at a certain age, their role gradually fades away. No one does it intentionally, but time, busyness, and generation gap inadvertently turn them into outsiders in the very home they once built. An old lady once confided, "My children and grandchildren live in the same house, but it's like they're in two different worlds. They live online, while I just live quietly." She didn't blame, just felt sad. Because the scariest loneliness is not being alone, but being among many people but still feeling empty. The suffering of the elderly does not lie in being weak or sick. It's when they feel like they can no longer live, in the true sense. They want to be able to choose the food they like, to tell stories that someone will listen to go somewhere without having to beg. They don't need too much, just need to be recognized that they are still living, not just waiting to die. And if a person feels that they have no meaning, then even if they live another 10 years, 20 years, those years will just be a series of sad days. Longevity does not mean happiness. We often wish each other lived to be 100 years old. But how many people ask themselves, what kind of life do I want to live in that 100 years? Young people see longevity as an achievement. But for the elderly, if they live long but are bored and lonely every day, then living for many more years will only be that much heavier. There was an old man who lived to be 92 years old, but for nearly 10 years at the end of his life, he could not walk by himself and had no one to talk to. Every day was a loop, waking up in the morning, taking medicine, lying still, and then sleeping again. He once said, "I am not afraid of death. I am only afraid of continuing to live without anyone needing me." That saying is like a cut because it does not talk about the body, but about a soul that is gradually withering away. There is also an old woman who lives in the city. Her children are successful and has enough material things. Every day she eats on time and has someone to take care of her. But she is still sad. She misses the afternoons when she was taken to the market by the hand, the times when she swept the yard and cooked for her children and grandchildren. Now she feels like a guest in the house that used to be her home. It turns out that a long life is not always a reward. If every day is just waiting for meals, waiting for nurses, waiting for children and grandchildren to visit, then living longer will only prolong the sadness. What the elderly need is not to live long, but to live happily, to live meaningfully. They need to feel that they still have a role in the family, still have something to look forward to, still have people to love and be loved. They need to be asked, "What do you think, Mom? Do you want to go with me? Tell me a story from the past." Seemingly small questions, but can make them feel present in the lives of others. So when we wish someone a long life, let's go along with the actions so that they can live happily. Because if there are only years without love, life is just a lonely countdown clock. How to live long and still be happy. Living long is not a bad thing if each day is meaningful, because longevity only truly becomes a gift when we know how to live every moment to the fullest. Don't wait until your health is exhausted to realize living long is not a glory, but a challenge. The most important thing in old age is connection with relatives, friends, and yourself. The elderly do not need expensive gifts, do not need lavish vacations. They need to be remembered, loved, and appreciated as an indispensable part of the family. When they are no longer able to work, cannot take care of themselves, it is the care, love, and sharing from those around them that will help them feel that they are still valuable. A simple conversation every day, a thoughtful gesture, or even making them feel like they are participating in family activities. That is great spiritual medicine. In addition, it is physical and mental activities that help the elderly maintain a meaningful life. Walks in the park, morning gardening, or a little light work help them maintain their health and feel that they are not being left behind. In this way, they not only maintain their health, but also feel that they are still able to contribute to their family and society. With children and grandchildren, do not just take care of the elderly with medicine. Do not just help them when needed. Take time to talk, visit, and truly love them. Do not wait until they pass away to feel regretful, because you never understood what they really needed. Therefore, to live long without suffering, the most important thing is to live so that every day is full of meaning, even as you get older. Make old age a journey to remember, not just a life waiting to end. Living long does not mean living happily, and longevity is not a reward if it is just a series of days waiting in loneliness. The elderly need not only life, but a meaningful life. They need to feel loved, need conversations, hugs, and moments with family. If we do not realize this, we will be the ones who make old age dull and sad. Living long without anyone by your side, without a reason to be happy, is there anything worth celebrating? So when we wish our loved ones a long life, do not stop at just wishes. Let them feel the love every day, because with each passing moment, their life expectancy is also reduced by a part. And if you feel this message is valuable, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We need to spread humane stories so that every elderly person is loved and appreciated properly. A small action from you can change a person's life, helping them find meaning and joy in the remaining years. Living long without suffering, this is not impossible. And let us together make that life beautiful and worth living.